From my yard, it was off to adventures north. None of us knew what was waiting ahead, but those are the types of road trips that are the best, right? With a few planned stops along the way, Provincial Highway 6 laid out ahead of us like a ribbon of promise. We were about to see what our own backyard had to offer. After all the planning, the building, the swapping of parts, this was it. Time for us to settle in for the long and winding road. Our first stop on our journey north came fairly fast. Just a few hours outside of Winnipeg, we went to the prototypical Manitoba farm of Arnold Clark. This prairie boy displays every trait that makes our province great. Arnold and his daughter gave us a tour of their farmyard. Friendly and down home, they welcomed us. Well, let's just say better than other visitors to their property. But it wasn't the wildlife we were there to see. Arnold has a special little restoration job that he's working on, and it ain't what you'd expect to see out here. It's a 1960s City of Winnipeg sidewalk plow. So I don't know, Arnold, that road was a little sketchy, but look at the treasure right at the very end of it here. Tell me what you got going on here, buddy.
Well, I originally was going to take and build one right from scratch, and then my brother had got this from Popper River, and then I ended up getting from him because I want to restore it, Like that's the plan, I want to strip her all down, like the wheels, everything will be coming off it once I get it in the shop, and put myself a different engine in it because the original engine was toast, Like it was history.
Well, what did it have originally?
These originally came with a 4-cylinder Ford in them, I believe.
No, this one had a 6-cylinder flathead Chrysler.
Oh, really,
That's what it had in it, And
6-cylinder motor and something like that size.
Yeah.
So what did they use this for?
Originally, it was used in the city of Winnipeg for plowing sidewalks. Like they had a sidewalk plow, like a small plow in the front of it.
Yeah.
I do have the plow, but I don't have it here right now, and I have all the doors and everything.
So this is where the bad news comes in. AJ actually works for City of Winnipeg, and we've been looking for this thing for 30 years, and you're under arrest, my friend. I'm sorry. So it's a Bombardier then?
I always call it a little bombardier, but
look at that thing. It's heavy though, eh?
Oh, it's a
like you can't even
machine.
look at you can't even
budget.
You can't even rock it. Yeah. What year have we decided kind of around? It's got to be 60s for sure, eh?
That would be in the 60s.
Like late 60s, early 70s, eh?
It's got many miles on it. I'm positive of that because like I want to take the cab off it and strip it right down, go all through it.
You think this would get in and out anywhere?
Pretty heavy,
well, I guess you can get anything stuck if you try hard enough, eh?
Just how the hell are you going to use to get it out? Yeah. So you've been on this farm for a long time right here?
All my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So your father set her up then?
Yep, my father was here in 1928.
1928. What year were you born?
61.
So lots changed out here since 61,
yes.
I bet, eh?
There's been lots changed.
So you're a mechanic in town, you work on just regular general duty stuff, cars and
Yeah,
trucks and
cars mostly.
but you got a shop here that you like to play at too, eh?
Oh, yeah.
So you're like the rest of us then, you're out here till all hours of the morning?
Well, sometimes I'm in the shop till, 2 in the morning before I go in the house.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
While we could have stayed all day long talking to Arnold about all things mechanical, we knew we were burning daylight and needed to get back on the road. Thompson was our final destination for the night, and she wasn't getting any closer. We said goodbye, packed up the traveling circus, and hit the road.
That thing was neat, eh, that little bombardier. I'd like to find one of those, like maybe a little bit newer one, but that'd be awesome just for plowing your driveway and stuff, eh?
For sure, I really like to go with the two though. Like this, if you could have one where two people could sit side by side, I think that would be way awesome.
Do you actually know anybody that would sit beside you in something like that?
That close? Probably not, no.
How would you? Can you even get in something like that?
I'll squeeze in there. If I can fit in it, I can drive it.
You just have to get you a milk crate so you can get up onto it.
So if a coyote comes in our yard, can we shoot it the way Arnold did?
Yep.
But even with like we can fire the gun right in our municipality like that?
I know I can in my place because I have enough property.
I like the way its tongue was sticking out all red.
One of the best parts of any road trip is the fuel stops. A good chance to stretch the legs, get a snack, and of course lighten up the wallet.
So it's like $135, I guess, to fill this bad boy up. And this truck gets about 12.5 miles per gallon, which I haven't converted, but I will before the journey's over and I'm bored, into liters per 100 kilometers. But basically what I figured out is this truck can go safely in winter conditions, kind of in between 4x4 and out of it, between city and highway driving about 500 kilometers. So I'm gonna basically make a rule in my mind that I can't travel more than 500 kilometers in this truck, regardless of the speed that I go or whatever, on a full tank of gas. So, not the best fuel economy. Obviously, there would have been a lot easier ways to go about doing it, but we do have a lot of stuff in the box. So, I bought this toolbox off Kijiji a couple weeks ago, and it's cool because it's got these LED lights on it. But J-Man just informed me that I hooked up the turn signals backwards, so now it's confusing as hell to anyone behind me. If I put the left signal on, the right one goes off. So what I'm gonna do is I didn't hardwire it, thankfully, because I wanted to use a little bit better wiring system than I had. So all I did is hooked it up to the trailer hitch plug on the back, to the electrical on the trailer hitch on the back. So I'm going to just unplug it, and hopefully I'll get a chance when we get a little further down the road somewhere to crawl underneath there and snip those wires and reconnect them together. We're at 126 bucks. Like, just think about this, okay? Like, I'm not so old that I can't remember when I used to drive a car with a small block Chevy in it and say to the dude, hey, $5. You know, I pumped a lot of gas in my day, and man, this is a serious situation we're in right here. So this, to me, is one of the first things that you have to make as a consideration about just how hard it is to travel that far deep into the north, because obviously the further north we get, gas is gonna get increasingly more expensive. Here we are already, man. One tank, I got 150 bucks, 141 bucks, 120 liters. We're gonna make about a 3,000 kilometer journey. If I'm getting 5, that's 5 times 6. That's 6 times 140 is 6. I'm gonna spend 850 bucks on fuel to make this 3,000 kilometer journey, so. So far, we've traveled 244 kilometers since fill up.
Yeah, I changed this over to standard, so I'm at 171 miles.
How's that thing drive?
Drives good. How's that thing handling? Those new tires? How are they with the new slices in them?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Everything's good.
Nice and solid on the road. How was it on that gravel slash back road stuff?
Yeah, no problem. That guy's road was in better shape than my road back home is.
Yeah, no doubt.
Holy, look at this. What a mess.
That's epic, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't go far to go before it breaches those banks again. That's going to be pretty wet out here this summer, I bet you.
Can you imagine how freaking cold that water is?
Probably be frozen if it wasn't moving. Look, there's another Chicken Delight. Maybe you could sell these people the chicken mobile.
Oh, Chicken Delight. Man, what I would do for a 3-piece white meal right now. We should gas and eat here at the Chicken Delight.
You figure it.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Stops along the way don't just give you a chance to gas up and feed yourself. You just never know who you're going to run into.
Look it! That's Cousin Mikey! What the hell are you doing out here? How you been, brother? Where is that, your Buick?
Yeah.
You bought it?
Yeah, I
So
just
after you
got
got
it.
the money out of the
Yeah.
other one? You got some nice tires on that thing. Did
Yeah.
they come with it?
Yep.
What year's that thing?
It's an 02.
02?
Yeah.
What's the case on it?
230.
How much you get that for?
2 bills.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty straight,
I
eh?
got it from Pro.
Oh yeah, right on. All right.
I'll drive the hell out of it.
See you,
Okay,
man.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, take it easy.
If you're not going to Bob's Burgers, I don't know.
Well, if that's where you girls are going, then I guess that's where I'm going too. Then.
After a quick meal with Cousin Mikey, we headed back on the road. As night was starting to fall, I really wanted to push for Thompson. I let J-Man take the lead, figuring he could spot deer for me and I could pace the truck a little bit. Unfortunately, Jay has obviously never seen Smokey and the Bandit. Of course, these fine officers were doing exactly the right thing. I was a menace to everyone on the road.
Man, sorry about that. I'll keep her down, boss. I promise. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, eh?
Known as the Hub of the North, Thompson's modern history starts in 1956 after the discovery of major ore deposit in the area. Inco Limited was the first company to come in and set up shop, with the town actually being named after Inco's chairman, John F. Thompson. At its most prosperous, Thompson had an estimated 26,000 people living in the community. This number has declined and leveled off to just over 12,000 people now. One of the coolest things about this city is the number of companies who once used it as their cold weather testing destination, and as a matter of fact still do. Cars, trucks, planes, heavy equipment, mucklucks, you name it. If it needs to be in the cold, this is the place to try it out and see how it does. Oh, and there's one more thing. It's also the inspiration behind the tragically hip song,
Thompson girl, which is now stuck in your head. Yeah, you're welcome. We were official guests of Smook Industries, which provide a lot of the heavy equipment for the Vale mining projects in Thompson. And our tour guide Peter was as good as we could have asked for.
Peter, what's the story here? Like, it's got to be about minus 30 right now.
30 for sure. 40 with the wind.
Wow. So you don't even have your ears covered up. What's the story with that? You just get used to it, or?
Yeah, after 41 years here in Thompson, you get used to it, no problem.
Wow. So what's your official title down here at the mine?
Well, I'm the Vice President and General Manager for Smook Contractors in Thompson.
Vice President?
Yep.
General Manager?
General Manager.
So like they didn't just send us like the usual flunkies that they send us? They sent the
no,
big
you
cheese?
got the top dog, yeah.
So
okay.
when this production company fires me, do you think you could hook me up with a job around here? Maybe I can try it out and drive one of these trucks?
We'll see how you do.
All right, I love it.
Not only did they hook me up with a truck, they hooked me up with the truck. This massive Caterpillar is only one of 2 in the world. This thing was sent up here specifically for cold weather testing, and a better place could not have been found on Earth.
You look down and you're like, it's like standing on a second floor balcony, but it's moving. It's cold though. It's like 30 below right now, and we're moving, so we're just adding to the wind chill. It's already 40 below with the wind chill before we start moving, so funny when you see something like this little Honda Ridgeline right here. That thing looks like a toy now compared to this big truck. We can just drive right over it.
Matt Deleron was chosen to drive this mammoth machine. He explained to me the process he goes through every day when he takes this monster out. As it turns out, everything he does with it, from fuel stops to loads to the speed he's traveling at, are all relayed back to an information center in Arizona.
So they're doing the cold weather testing here. I guess this is the spot, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
this is the spot.
so how does this thing perform in the cold weather? Like a champ?
Really nice.
Yeah.
Like you said, doesn't even hesitate to start in the morning. Nothing.
Cool.
Just warms right up.
Just
turn the
blow it
key.
up and give her a kick.
Away
Which
it
is
goes.
good, eh? So normally then you come up here, you pull up, you back in, and that deer loads you up.
You bet.
Does this truck have a lot more capacity?
Oh yeah. But that's a 40 and that's a 35 ton.
And what's this truck rated for?
This one's about 50.
And you were
whoever
saying
drives
that they have GPS on this thing and they're monitoring it where? In Arizona?
it. Arizona, yeah.
So what kind of things can they see on there?
Well, they could monitor anything that goes wrong with it,
Yeah.
like how fast I'm going, where we are, what kind of terrain we're going over.
Well, I guess you don't get stuck in traffic much here, but when you are, do you ever wish sometimes you're in the big truck and you can just drive right over it all?
Yeah.
I bet.
Save some time.
So basically they're building a road and we're just picking up some fill here, that's some of the mine waste, and bringing it to the next spot. This would be enough fill to probably cover an entire city yard, and he's going to do it in one truck here. It takes 11 buckets from that big loader to fill, or from that big backhoe to fill this up. So here we're going up a pretty good hill here. We got a huge load, eh?
Yeah.
Doesn't even struggle at all, eh?
No.
So did you see yourself when you were a young kid driving a big machine like this? You always like this kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, like I had one of those little Tonka toys,
Yeah.
remote control trucks, exactly like this.
Really,
actually. Since then, I've always wanted to drive these.
Neat. So you're kind of operating the gas and the brake at the same time, just kind of feather it through, eh?
Yeah, the brakes. There's actually a handbrake right here. We'll be backing up to a drop.
Yeah.
So I usually keep my foot on there.
Yeah, just because it's like the consequences are pretty severe.
If you go over, you're gone. That's water we're backing up to.
Yeah, eh?
While I was out in the brand spanking new machine, J-Man decided to take a deer for a run. You can say a lot of things about Jay, and I do, but he is still one of the best damn drivers I know. And even in a fully loaded, oversized dump truck, it didn't take him long to get comfortable. Of course, once I knew about him driving, I wanted to drive too.
So in addition to being an awesome driver, he's also a very brave young man, because he's going to let my dumb ass hop behind the wheel here and just take a little run down here. Now, what I had said is, I don't want to be doing any backing up. I'm sure as heck not going to be backing up right up to that water there. Like, so where we just backed up there, if you'd have just like accidentally like, whoop, you're over the edge and you're in the water, right?
In the
I
water,
mean, this thing's just going to crash through the ice. Like that ice is just like paper
nothing,
thin,
it'll
eh?
hit the bottom right away.
Wow, crazy. So basically just give me a quick rundown then of what you want me to do.
Okay, like as soon as you get in or whatever, just try to keep it in a straight line. Don't go off the edge or anything. The steering's really touchy. So and you just put it in drive and just use this brake when you come to a stop or whatever.
So I can just use the normal foot brake?
Just use the normal one. You don't have to use this.
So this one's the gas?
Yeah, that's the gas.
That's the brake?
That's the main brake we're going to use.
And then what's the red pedal?
That's a secondary brake, so in case that one ever gives out or something, you got
You just
that
got
one.
a backup for it, eh? Then you just got your dead pedal here, eh?
Yeah, you just
so when you're by yourself there, you usually got your foot right here then?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in drive now.
Yeah.
Oh, you feel it engage.
See how
Wow.
easy it is to steer, eh?
Oh, wow. So there's water over there too. I gotta be careful here, man.
Yeah. Water on both sides.
Oh, there's water under the snow there too.
That one's froze up, that's all.
You do have to steer it, eh? Like it's pretty, like you said, it's pretty touchy, eh?
Oh yeah, it's really touchy.
Wow, this is the biggest truck I ever drove, man. I can't get over this thing. This is awesome. I want to drive this back to Winnipeg now.
Yeah.
Might take a while, but nobody get in my way.
Yeah.
So I'm one of only 4 guys to drive this truck so far.
And there's only 2 of these trucks in the whole world.
In the whole world. I hope I don't wreck your air seat with my fat butt here. And I'm sure I'm not the only heavy-duty truck driver around here, though.
No. Breaking it in.
Well, we're coming up to a pretty sharp 30 here, so I think I'm going to hand the wheel back over to you. So now I'm just going to basically stop her like a truck, eh?
Yeah.
I guess if I just get off the gas even, she slows down, eh?
Slows right down.
Matt, that was awesome, bro.
No problem.
Oh, thanks, man. I can't believe you let me drive your big rig here, but I'm going to let you handle it from here on in, man.
Okay.
I don't want to put this bad boy in the water. Wow, that was totally awesome. The hugest truck I've ever been in. My buddy Matt here totally hooked me up. How did I do behind the wheel?
Pretty good.
He's being polite. I was so scared, just driving super slow. The champ got back in it. He's just driving along like we're driving through traffic. So I'll tell you, man, there's a huge responsibility, obviously, that goes with a machine of this size. I mean, in addition to the sheer value of it, you know, like, I mean, it's worth almost $500,000. But at the same time, like he was saying, when we're backing up there, there's water right behind you. So, you know, one slip of the pedal and boom, you're gone.
Yeah.
There goes probably not only $500,000 worth of machinery, but probably your life on top of that too. Yeah, for sure. And when we were cruising down that one road there, on either side there's water too. So you just got to be totally consciously aware all the time. Hey, I'm proud of you, young man. Yeah. You do a cool job, and you're keeping the North strong, man. Way to go. After a day in the old mines, it was time to hit the road again. Points north were calling our names, and as the song says, we had a long way to go and a short time to get there. Watch out, bandit. Look out, bandit. Run.